point I was
that
mad.
She's
Right, you're right.
than...
I was wrong. Like I sat there and I'm telling you, I was echoing the things that you told me up there, and I'm like, come on, you could do it. And then she said it, and I sat there. I was like, come on. I took a couple.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the upload. But for those of you who are returnees, you ain't got the minerals. We're talking to you guys about Benzino wants to leave. Little Black Books in partnership with bkworldtube.com. If you want to watch like shows like this, make sure you click on the link down below, bkworldtube.com. So if you've been watching Love Goals, we've been doing reviews since the beginning. What I really love, obviously, I told you guys about Benzino and Althea. They got a great chance of actually repairing stuff because at least they're vocal about the dislike for each other. Right? Now, we get Benzino and Althea, and I think one of the greatest things about these two is the fact that they're very passionate in the way they deliver their killer blows, yeah? They really mean it when they punch each other verbally. And I think that's been a key theme throughout the whole season. Now, the thing is, we get entreated to is that, I've been saying this from the jump, Benzino wants to see Althea do better, but will not do better himself. Now, I'm not saying that he's not being targeted by Althea. I won't say he's not being triggered. I won't say that he's not getting a bad end of the stick from Althea. But when we opened the scene of the show originally from the very, very beginning, when they were in the car, he's the one that turned it into a verbal assault at first, which let me see that this is a kind of person that has problems when the person doesn't agree or see eye to eye. When they're not getting their due diligence, when they're not getting their due adulation and praise from the person, they can turn a little bit nasty. And that's what, in a sense, Benzino has done in some shape and some form. And that's why I'm saying that, obviously, in regards to obviously the relationship that him and Althea has, he is a big instigator in all of this. Now, I know Althea presses his buttons, but I'll just drop the scripture again. The prince of this world cometh, but he has nothing in me. What does that mean? It means you can only be tempted by something that's already in you to be tempted by. So when you're feeling to react to something, it's because you're making me feel a certain type of way.
I don't want to be attacked. Like, I don't have to sit there and take that. This isn't school, jail, court. Like, come on.
When they go low, we gotta go high every time, you know?
Do you understand? Because it's already in me. And so with Benzino and Althea, the problem that they have here is that Benzino feels like he's not being given adulation. She feels like she's not respected by Benzino. She's not loved the way she needs to be loved. And one thing that I think is interesting, obviously, I really respect the boys for getting involved, stopping Benzino from leaving. It's a team effort, because at the end of the day, you know, they all came together to help one another to accomplish the goal of being better.
Together. Let me go out there and chase him down and really give him some young G.
Althea's done it 1 or 2 times. He wants to quit. And the reason why he wants to quit is because he's so heavily invested more than just co-parenting. We saw that with the previous episodes where Benzino was talking to her in the bedroom, wanting to write a poetry, and she wasn't in that space for her and him. He was in a space of her and him. She wasn't. She just wanted to co-parent and move on with her life, right? And so that's why the energy for him towards Althea is so intense. He realizes she's not there, and the intensity grows even more than before. So toxicity grows even more. Cool. You know, I think with Brevon and Dwayne made some key points. I think Brevon said, obviously, you know, that
He need to keep it real. He still likes her or loves her.
Althea isn't changing. If she's not changing, why do you react? And what he means by that is that if she's going to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, why are you giving her space to do that to you? You know she ain't going to change. So why are you heavily invested in something that you don't need to be invested in? Meaning that, why are you trying to be in a relationship with her? As he said himself, Benzino loves this girl, but he's in love with her. He wants to be in a relationship with her, rather than loving her as the mother of his children to save himself heartache if he feels this girl is that bad. Right? And you know, Dwayne obviously then says, obviously, that, you know what, that Benzino just wants a little adulation, praise for what he's done for her. Here's the thing. Love, when given, must be in the currency that the person can begin to trade with. If I am in UK and you're in America, you trade in dollar, I trade in pounds. When you begin to give me love in the wrong in the format of dollars, I have to translate it, and it's not gonna give me the right amount that I need, right? And so here's the thing. Benzino's talking about he gives the gifts, and I said this before. He talks about giving gifts, right? Acts of service, right? Because he wants to do things for her by opening doors, etc., etc., and then buying her stuff. Now she's not giving him the praise for that because it is probably not her love language. Like now he's obviously, you know, she likes the gifts or the Rolexes, but actually, does she? That's the key thing here. Does she want the gifts of the Rolexes and stuff like that? Or is that a mask to what she truly wants? Because does she really want more quality time? Does she want words of affirmation? Because remember, she was crying in that scene where he said, do you know what? Althea's really good at, you know, doing the property, like, I could never do that. And she said, thank you. Why? Words of affirmation. The affirming words. So Benzino may be thinking, I'm giving her love by buying her stuff.
That how you show love is by what you give somebody. And so you have spent your entire life, my friend, giving to everybody that you...
I'm giving her love by serving her, but she may not be receiving that love because that's not her love language. And right now she's empty because you ain't giving her the right love language that she wants. That's 2 out of 5. And if she's any of the other 3, you've missed it. She's having to consistently translate, and then on top of that with the arguments, ain't gonna work. And so I totally understand that Benzino might want adulation, but she may be thinking, that's not what I wanted though. That's not the love that I wanted. And so she can't give it back. And again, I'm not giving her an excuse. Actually, in the same measure, you still should be able to realize and understand that someone's done something great for you and acknowledge that. And I don't think she has done that through the course of the series in terms of him opening doors for her. Do you understand? But hey, that's my opinion. I don't know about you guys. And obviously, you know, Bravon makes a point about saying that to Benzino, that look, this isn't about you and Althea, this is about you and Bezino. And that's the whole point why it's got lost. When you came in, you were saying it's about how to co-parent for the sake of Zeno. But the trouble is, your heart is in it for love. And therefore now the way you're reacting is based on a point of, I really want you. I've been here before. I've been there before. I know the feelings. I know what's going on in your head. But that's coming from a place of, I want you, rather than coming from a place of, let's co-parent. And because of that, you get riled up even more. Do you feel me? And whether I don't know I know she cares for Benzino. I know she got a love for him. Whether she's in love with him, it's another story. Can't say yay or nay. But that will be up to her to decide for us. I don't know. I have to ask her whether she's in love with him. But I definitely know she cares for him. Definitely know she got a lot of love for him. But she's just not seeing eye to eye with him. And her focus now is on, let's parent then. You said you want to parent, let's parent. And now you're flipping the script. So actually you've come, although you've come on that you want her, you flipped the script because originally it was about to be co-parent. When Spirit enters, you know, we see Benzino. It's almost like the little kid now. When Spirit gets involved, he becomes a little kid. He's unraveled, he's vulnerable, he's naked, he's open, he's emotionally, you know, stripped back. And you see his head dangling down, right? This is like a sign of like sadness. You know, when a little boy is like sad, he's hurt, disappointed. And he knows that obviously when Spirit comes over and starts questioning him, he's going to have to keep it 100% real. Why is it that you're acting the way you're acting? It's because you're in love with the girl. And because of that, it's forcing you to react in a certain manner. I keep saying it, right? And he says, obviously, yeah, I know I shouldn't have said those things. I know I shouldn't say these things. I know I shouldn't retaliate and say these bad things. But it's like, why is it when you get angry and frustrated with her, the insults fly?
But how do you get it? By calling her names. I told you to stay in that soft place and tell...
See, I can understand you're frustrated, you're angry, but why is it that insults is your first go-to when it comes to your girl? Why is it? Why is it that your mouth becomes very sharp when you're angry? And that's the key thing we need to understand, because then we can begin to understand maybe why also what's happening with Althea. Every time she hears these words, what's she thinking? Every time she hears these words, what is her thoughts? You know, it's easy to say that she shouldn't react and pop off, but what is she hearing every time she hears these words from Benzino when he gets angry? Because in the anger, our truth really does come out. It really does. You know? And the last few times that I've been triggering, you know, Althea was a part of one of them, but a lot of times, well, Benzino was doing his own thing. He was triggering his own self. And the group were then getting triggered by him because he was arguing with the group. And that's causing friction. And so Benzino has a problem where he keeps looking at everybody else and not looking at himself. What am I contributing towards the bonfire? He doesn't. And when you're unable to see what you contribute towards the bonfire, you're dangerous, man. You're dangerous because you blame everybody else but yourself. And you've got to take responsibility for what you do. Do you understand? So yeah, for me, I think just watching Benzino and Althea, until Benzino gets more self-reflective in terms of how he deals with Althea, it's going to be tough. He's given Spirit his word, but you've given it before and you almost went back on it. So I don't know if your word's really solid like that. But yeah, guys, I hope you liked the review. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Oh, just also last point as well. He said obviously I would do anything to be with her. And it's like, yeah, we know, bro, but I think that's coming out of a place of trauma. And I think this is where I'm saying that he needs healing. Because you're almost overcompensating now without really dealing with the actual issues. I think that's what the problem with Benzino and Althea is. There's a lack of dealing with the root issues. Everybody else in that group seems to have at least dug deeper, gone down deep. And I felt like with Benzino and Althea, together, they've never been able to go down below deep. When they're separate, they go down below deep, but when they come together, there's a lack of going past the skin on the surface of the issues that they face, right? Apart from the time when, like I said, they were speaking to each other and saying 3 nice things. So I think for me, just kind of watching it, I know he really desperately wants her, but he's got to change. Simple as that. You know, there's a lot of puppy love right there where you're like, I would do anything for her, but then in the same breath, you'd insult her. Anyway, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. Hey, remember, you can watch TV shows just like Love Goals on backworldtube.com. Backworldtube.com. Click on the link down below. Appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. More love.